Okay guys, both know the rules. Keep it clean, break straight away when told. Both watch your heads in close. Good luck to you both. Touch love. Good luck.
Well, always a privilege to see an Olympic gold medalist in action in the UK. Let's see if Herbert Conceição can deliver. The Brazilian in the blue trunks today against Gideon Onyenyane, the 23-year-old from Chatham, on the banks of the River Thames. And as you say, no expectations at all for Onyenyane, but if you knock off an Olympic gold medalist, your stock goes through the roof. So a real chance to make a name for himself here, Onyenyane. But he's got to deal, as I say, with a real quality operator. I mean, Olympic gold is guaranteed currency, of course, but he proved he's just no guy that's just put it all together for one tournament with that bronze medal in 2019 in the World Championships. And if you walk into one of his hooks, you are going to know about it.
His jab's also a lovely shot, isn't it? He lets it go nice. I like the way he's keeping that distance. If you look at him, really slow feet. He's not quick to push out of range too much. He holds his feet well. Upper body movement, good lateral movement. He'll pull back out of range as opposed to pushing out of range with the feet. And as a result, he's always in range to land those dangerous hooks. What you're talking about, Nick?
So quite a journey as a professional. Was supposed to turn professional in Dubai. The opponent did a vanishing act, so it actually happened for him in Tashkent. And then his second fight was back home in Brazil, and here he is in the UK, ticking off the continents.
I like the slow start or the slowish start. You see young fighters turn professional or newly turned professionals from the amateur game fresh into it, and they have no sort of real idea of how to pace a fight or how to judge a fight, and the nerves get to them, the occasion gets to them, and they come out and they start in third, fourth gear. Sometimes as a result we don't see the best performances from them, but Conceição here has started at a nice little pace, nice and steady, not too rushed, picking his shots really nice, head and body, and he's shown his class already.
And a couple of really nice hooks to the body with that left hand. And this is one of the features of Conceição's game. He's got power in both fists. I thought that when I was watching him out in Tokyo, Paul, I thought this guy's got a really good game for the pros. And I mean, Kijniak in that final went off like a buzzsaw and just outworked him through those first two rounds. But he didn't panic, wasn't bothered. And when Kijniak just carried on and left those opportunities in the third round, he just picked his moment and said, one punch, give me the gold. Very cool head. Working out of the southpaw stance there, and certainly had the better of that opening 3 minutes. Yeah, there's those hooks, and he can deliver with either fist.
Got a really nice jab also, Conceição. Just like to see a little bit more of it as he eases his way into the fight.
10 seconds.
Certainly very, very talented. And one for the future.
Second out, round 2.
Round 2 then. Conceição's corner a little bit slow to clear the ring there. As you said earlier, the demeanour about him in the ring, it looks like a seasoned 25-fight pro, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's so tough to adapt, and just mentally, you realise you're in the professional ring. All your dreams have came true, winning an Olympic gold medal and now turning professional, being a professional fighter, which is what you will have dreamed of since you were a child. And as a result, panic sets in, eagerness, over-eagerness sets in, a lot of factors at play. So the fact that he's here, and he looks like he's had 25 fights as a professional, doesn't he? Just nice and relaxed, controlling the pace, dictating what's happening.
Yeah, very, very comfortable. Onyenyane giving it a decent go here. And again, just targeting the body. Does look a very, very hurtful body puncher. Conceição. Onyenyane, of course, was nothing like the amateur career, and a novice still himself as a pro. Giving him a decent account of himself here so far. Well, I guess if you're offered a fight like this as a young pro, why wouldn't you take it? I mean, if you lose, everyone expected it. The upside potentially is off the scale.
The reward is huge if you win. If you lose, as you say, it's an Olympic gold medalist. It's no shame.
Yeah.
It's a privilege to be in the ring with them. Sometimes Olympic gold medalists, they're the type of things you're going to remember when you're older and tell your grandkids, well, I've fought a couple of Olympic gold medalists, 3 Olympic gold medalists, 1 Olympic gold medalist. Good shot there for Conceição.
As we said earlier, he's not rushing anything. Again, the attitude is so professional. There's no other word for it. He's not looking for the big, flashy knockout here. He doesn't feel he's got to put a highlight reel show together. If he just has to grind it out over 6, that's what he'll do. I think if the stoppage is there, he'll take it. It looks like he's got an absolutely perfect temperament for this game. Nice little left hand there. Just very composed in that corner, aren't they? No sense of urgency, no drama. Giving a decent account of himself here, good in Onyenyane in the other corner as well.
Round 3.
So round 3 of this 6th rounder then. It's the Olympic champion in the blue.
Heads are coming close here, and I think the ref will have a little way with both fighters. He's having to go at Conceição for the elbow, but both fighters a little bit guilty of leading with the heads.
Nicely mixing up the jabs there, Conceição. He's bringing those nice pumping body shots in there as well. Onyenyane really struggling to land clean himself. Defensively looks very sound here, Conceição.
I think he's looking to mix it up a little bit more now, Conceição. Keeps raising his hands up and leaning over the front foot with the weight, almost inviting Onyenyane in.
Onyenyane is certainly very, very respectful and aware of the threat posed by the opponent here. Been risk averse through the first couple of rounds here. But it's when he goes on the offense that Onyenyane really does find it difficult. Just can't land clean at all.
Good left hook there from conceição.
Timed it so well, didn't
he? Yeah. He's timed that counter left hook really nice a couple of times. Good right hand there from him also. Such good balance, isn't he? When he goes to throw a shot, to go for a different shot, but he's still in a position to throw it because of how good and how set his feet are.
Yeah, again, he's underrated his defensive strengths, you know. I mean, he's made Onyenyane look very, very crude there. I mean, the Chattanooga man just can't land a glove on him. Well, again, so comfortable. Again, just look how he judges the distance. Gets out of harm's way so well there, conceição. Very early in his career, Paul. I'm not going to be remotely critical of him. This is only his third fight as a professional, but, you know, promotional companies will be looking at him and saying, need a little bit of marketability out of the guy as well if we're really going to go somewhere with him. He's got to generate some excitement.
I saw him at the press conference this week, and he was speaking a lot of English, and he was really trying with his English, and it does endear to the fans. We saw what it did with Canelo Alvarez when he was speaking English and electing to speak in English rather than Spanish at the press conferences. A good little right hand there from conceição, and had Onyenyane holding on. Yeah, the fact that he's trying to speak English already at this early stage in his professional career is going to help. There's a good stiff jab again, just knocking the legs of Onyenyane.
Yeah, you just wonder at some point if these body shots are going to wear the Kent boxer down as well. Sharp again. Onyenyane's just a little bit bamboozled here. Nothing's just working for him. Nothing. He's not breathing hard or anything here, conceição. So that body jab's a useful little weapon as well, isn't it? He does mix up his jab very effectively.
Yeah, his jab's quality. Head and body. He's landed some lovely left hooks to the body. We get to see the very, very good left hook to the head land cleanly yet, I think. With any real conviction. His jab, his right hand. This is what I always say with boxers. I see so many boxers and so many boxing coaches and trainers out there, and they're trying things that are way more advanced than what they can actually do, when the basics will take you around the world. The best fighters in the world, the best fighters that you can speak about in history, not many of them much more than the basics mastered. Floyd Mayweather had a great jab, right hand, left hook, right uppercut, the basic stuff, and he did it very, very, very well. Some of the top fighters that we can speak of did the basics well, and as long as you master those basics, you're never going to go wrong in boxing. Good jab like we're seeing now. Right hand, left hook to the body, left hook to the head. And as you're saying, like that stab to the body, the stab jab down to the body is a really effective shot for Conceição.
Last few seconds into the fourth round. I get the sense as well that his team, the people around him, are saying, we want you to bank rounds as a pro as well. Don't go looking for the flashy early knockouts. Get some rounds. Because he's not rushed anything here through those first 4 rounds. He's not pushed. He's not looked for the breakthrough.
I think he upped the pace a little bit for the last 30 seconds of that round then. And hopefully he continues that for the last 2 now because, yeah, first 4 rounds you've been very good. You know, barely put a foot wrong. And I'd like to see him up a gear a little bit now for the last 2 and see if he can try and get the stoppage. I always say for young pros turning pro, whether you're an Olympic gold medalist or not, if you can stop every opponent in the last round, you're going to have a good career. You know, you're getting the best of both worlds, then you're getting the rounds, you're getting the experience, but you're also getting the knockouts, and that's what will ultimately start to sell the tickets if you're getting the knockout wins. So the last 2 rounds here, I'd like to see him up the pace a little bit and try and force the stoppage, but Onyany's a very good opponent, got a good defence, and he's tough to pin down.
Well, he's handled himself well, Gideon Onyanyani. I mean, considering the golfing experience in the amateur game, never mind that they're both novice pros, he's acquitted himself very well through those first 4 rounds. And the problem is, anything he tries, Conceição's got an answer for it. He's obviously well-schooled, he's got the fundamentals in place, obviously does his work in the gym, not cutting corners. And I've never seen him really wince or look like he's ready to go from these body shots. Decent effort this from Onyanyani. Let's see if he will start going through the gears a little bit now in the last couple of rounds here, Conceição. Loves that body jab, doesn't he? I mean, how many of those have we seen tonight?
Trying to whip that spiteful left hook into the body there. He's definitely up to the gear here.
Yeah, he has. Dumped on the seat of his pants illegally by Onyanyani.
It's a nice little way to break the rhythm up as well, isn't it? Pretty smart from Onyanyani.
Yeah.
His balance is absolutely quality. Conceição. Really, really good balance, good distribution of weight and transferring of the weight from foot to foot. He went to throw a left up to the head there, whipped it down to the body, and still kept his balance and kept his shape about him. Technically exceptional.
Tell you, that double jab, I mean, Onyanyani's seen it coming all night long and just can't do anything about it at all. Head body works every time.
Nice body shot there. And again with the body shots.
And going forward, what do you think, Paul? Is this the kind of guy that can really just break opponents up with those body shots? I mean, he does look a very heavy-handed body puncher.
I think, as we've just said there, that this round was a lot faster and a better pace. Another good body shot just gone in there from Conceição.
He's feeling this now.
He is, and he's got a good poker face also on Onyanyani because he hasn't shown out, but I bet he will when he walks back to this corner.
Yeah.
He felt a few of them body shots in that round then.
Yeah, he really did feel it.
Yeah, I think the pace of that round was a lot faster than the previous 4. And I think he's probably just, you know, set out to, as you say, don't blast them out of there early if you can. Get a few rounds under your belt, but try and chip away at them while you're doing so. And if you can stop them late, even better.
Coming up, our main event, Sonny Edwards, Felix Alvarado, battling it out for Sonny's IBF World Flyweight title, and our co-main event. That's going to be a spicy one as well, isn't it? As Jack Bateson and Shabazz Massoud will get it on. That's also a final eliminator for a British title, and as somebody once said, someone's O has got to go in that one. That could be the fight of the night, actually.
I think it's a great fight. I really can't wait for it.
Those two and plenty more to come. We're seeing an Olympic gold medalist in action here. We're also going to see a Commonwealth Games gold medal in action in Lisa Whiteside, a two-time world medalist as well. She'll be up later on as well. Absolutely stacked card in Sheffield this evening. Well, the only real question is, for me, is Conceição prepared to just really go through the gears, go flat out and try and get the stoppage here? Or will he just settle for a very, very lopsided points decision? And I'm taking nothing away from Onyanyani. I mean, he's not been disgraced. Far from it.
No, not at all. He's been a good opponent tonight. He's been I wouldn't say a good test, because you're not going to get many tests with someone like Hebert Conceição. He's an Olympic gold medalist for a reason. You know, competed at a very, very high level as an amateur. As you said before, he's medalled at major tournaments also, so it wasn't a fluke. It's going to be a while before he gets a test in the professional game, but he certainly hasn't disgraced himself tonight. He's held himself well, and I feel Conceição has well more gears and a lot more gears to go through, but we're probably not going to see them until the opponent level rises dramatically. That's nice. That's a really good shot there. Again, the pace he's set in this round is a little bit similar to the fifth round. I think the first four he was still having a look, still seeing what he could do, but the last two rounds he's took it up a gear or two. This round again, more of the same. He's an exceptional talent and certainly someone to keep an eye on for the future. Oh, nice left hook there from Conceição.
Yeah, and I tell you, he wants to hear that final bell, doesn't he, Gideon? Well, he's nearly there. As you say, it's going to be something to tell people about. Hey, I went in the ring with a Olympic gold medalist, and I went the distance. That's an achievement. Nearly there. Okay, get your crystal ball out. Can he convert a gold medal into a world title as a pro?
So many of them have, haven't he? You know, it all depends on his development as a professional and who he fights, when he fights and where he fights. You have to manage him and promote him and guide him correctly, but he is one talented fighter. Trust me, he's very, very talented and a pleasure to watch.
Yeah, it really was. And I think Gideon Onyanyani can hold his head up high after that performance. Very decent effort from him. At no point did it look like he was going to be knocked out of there. But at no point did it look like he was going to ruffle the feathers of Hebert Conceição, who was cool and smooth. And I say it again, and you know, this is what we talked about at the top of the show. Looks like he's been a pro for about 10 years, doesn't it? I mean, he just made for the pro game, this fella.
Yeah, he just looks so comfortable. He looks at home when he's in there in the professional ranks, and he got to compete towards the end of his amateur career with no headgear, with 3-minute rounds, which will have helped him massively transition over to the professional game easier than the previous amateurs, but he's certainly one to look forward to in the future.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of boxing, we go to the referee scorecard. Howard Foster has it 60-54. for your winner and still undefeated, Hebert conceição.
I don't think there's an argument about that at all. Not even from Gideon Onyenyane. Very comfortable winner. Smooth as you like. Well, we've had a chance to have a look at an Olympic medalist today in the UK. And the Brazilian has not disappointed. Yeah, some will say, well, where was the stoppage? Where was the flashy highlight reel knockout? But that was 6 really good rounds under his belt. And he is undefeated, stays undefeated